Hello and welcome back to our Christmas series. Can you believe Christmas is just 14 days away? Remember back in September when we started soaking those fruits? Well, all that patience and boozy anticipation is about to pay off big time. Today we're tackling a true Padlock classic, Jamaican Christmas Black Cake. To give us a follow, put on your favourite Christmas playlist and let's get baking.
First, preheat your oven to 150 degrees and brown your butter and add your sugar. Now onto the eggs. Right, listen up because this is very important. You must extract the eyes. That is the white part that I was pointing at before. This makes a world of difference. I know it's a tedious process, but trust me, you've got to do this. Now add your grated lemon and juice to the eggs and give it a mix so it's all combined. Now add the eggs to your butter and sugar and mix. Now to deepen the flavour, I'm going to add some caramel essence. Now I'm going in with 2 cups of organic self-raising flour, followed by 1 cup of blended breadcrumbs. Mix in your breadcrumbs and flour, and now 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Now the time has finally come to add your Christmas mix to your cake. If you haven't already watched it, this is the video that I show you what I put in my fruits. Now blend them up into a paste. This is what you need it to look like, and add it little by little to your cake batter. You don't want to do this all at once because mixture gets stuck at the bottom, so remember to scrape down to make sure it's all incorporated and mixed together. Now to add your seasonings, we're going in with mixed spice, allspice, nutmeg, cinnamon and ginger. And of course you can change it up for your own preference. And you can't do a Jamaican Christmas cake without more alcohol. As you can see, there is quite a lot of alcohol on this list. You don't need to use all of this if you don't want to. Alcohol can be very expensive, so if you want to have a more affordable option, go for own brands, or definitely just stick to a rum and a port wine. Rum, I'd go for a dark rum. You don't need to splurge out on Rare Nephews. We didn't this year. And for a port, Tesco's do a really good one. And if you're just sticking to the port and the rum, mix in a bit of mulled wine to deepen the flavours. And give it a mix. Now we're going to add our treacle and browning. We use treacle, but you can use molasses or burnt sugar. This is just an alternative that we prefer. So you're going to use 3 tablespoons of treacle and then browning until your desired colour. I usually go for the colour of a chocolate galaxy bar. That's kind of the colour that you need. And then once again, you want to scrape the bottom of the bowl to ensure that it's all mixed in, as treacle can get a bit sticky, and give it another mix. Now this is totally optional, but I soak some chopped glacier cherries and I just mix them in at the last stage. And give your batter one last mix for safety. Now we're going to add our batter to the tins. So the tins that I use are quite deep, and I'll pop a link down in the description box below for you. Now it's crucial that you leave at least a thumb width gap at the top of the tin. As this is a £1/2 black cake, it can fill 2 massive tins or 1 deep tin and 2 sandwich tins. Right before you put them in the oven, you want to fill a tray at the bottom of the oven with some hot water and then cover your tins with foil and pierce some holes in the top. So important that you guys don't open the oven until at least an hour and 30 minutes, as you're going to need to top up the water. And this is what it should look like after you've baked it for 2 hours at 150 degrees. This is a mixture of Red Label and Ray & Nephews, and I'm just going to brush it on top of the cake as it's just come out of the oven. We do this as the heat allows the alcohol to soak in deeply, boosting the taste and texture. This next step is the most important part for the cake to mature. So when your cakes are cooled, you're going to wrap it in 2 layers of cling film, followed by a layer of foil. Next, you're going to place it in an airtight container or a cake tin. If you don't have either of those, you can use your empty boxes of Christmas chocolates like Quality Street, Roses, Celebrations, or the tin that your shortbreads come in. Those are going to be your best friends. Don't throw them out. Now you might be wondering, why do we go through all this trouble wrapping these festive treats in cling film, foil, and then tucking them away in an airtight container? Well, let me unwrap the mystery for you. First things first, moisture is key. A Jamaican Christmas cake is rich and dense, and we want to keep it that way. The cling film and foil acts as a barrier, locking in the cake's natural moisture and preventing it from drying out over those weeks or even months of maturing. And finally, we place it in an airtight container. This creates a secure environment that keeps the cake fresh and prevents any mold growth during the maturing process. Creating this little cocoon, we are ensuring that the Christmas cake is perfect for the big day. Now I wanted to show you what you're going to do each week leading up to the big day. This is where we feed the cake with alcohol. So you're going to poke little holes in with a toothpick, knife or a fork and brush the cake with a mixture of alcohol. I'll leave the dates on the screen when you want to do this. Then you're going to rewrap the cake as we did previously.
And there you have it, our delicious Jamaican Christmas Black Cake, ready to bring festive cheer to your table. Share it with loved ones, spread the joy and make lasting memories. Hope you enjoyed baking with us. Like and subscribe for more festive treats and hit the bell so you never miss a video.
Our kitchen to yours. Merry Christmas and happy baking.